faithfully delivering value, interpreting global great books. Hi, this is Sally's Book Club. Today we're discussing the book Amusing Ourselves to Death. This international bestseller has been influential for 3 decades. Its author, Neil Postman, was a pioneering media culture researcher. Amusing Ourselves to Death remains his most famous work. Postman explores a sobering reality, our addiction to media-created pleasure. This threatens both our critical thinking and cultural survival. Ever feel like compulsively checking notifications for hours thinking you're productive, but when asked what you actually learned, everything goes blank? Yet you keep returning to clear those red notification dots? Why do we keep doing these meaningless things? That's exactly what this book examines. Amusing Ourselves to Death, first published in 1985, it critiques television's pleasure-driven culture and its negative social impacts. Now, in the smartphone era, media's pleasures have intensified, making this book more relevant. We'll explore 3 key aspects. 1. How media pushes us toward entertainment. 2. How entertainment transforms us. Predictions for our amusement-driven future. First, how does media lead us to entertainment? What does amusing ourselves to death mean? Simply put, media-created pleasure could destroy human culture. Why does media influence us so deeply? Isn't it just a tool? Not exactly. The core concept. The medium is the message. Humans create tools to understand abstract concepts, like cups for water, clocks for time. Media shapes how we perceive information and reality itself. This book argues that serious media, like books, foster rational societies, while pleasure-focused media, like TV, create amusement-driven societies. In short, we create tools that, in turn, shape us. Can we consciously change modern media's pleasure-seeking nature? The author argues it's impossible, determined by media's inherent properties. TV's audiovisual stimuli and fragmented content inherently undermine logic and seriousness. Like when a distressing fire report gets immediately followed by commercials, preventing deep reflection. People automatically reject serious content when seeking media for pleasure. When you collapse on the couch after work, you're seeking relaxation, not education. This media-induced comfort numbs critical thinking, endangering our culture. This is the essence of amusing ourselves to death. How did this phenomenon emerge? For comparison, let's examine the print era's logical society. In 1638, America's first printing press arrived at Harvard University. Books were the primary information carriers. The reading required ritual preparation, hand washing, proper lighting, formal posture. The textual format inherently trained analytical thinking and knowledge management. The authors crafted each sentence carefully, expecting readers to engage deeply. Readers' minds actively analyzed and judged while following textual arguments. Book-centered societies developed serious, rational thinking patterns. The Enlightenment emerged from this media environment, according to the author. Enlightenment thinkers believed reason could solve humanity's fundamental problems. This intellectual movement spanned science, philosophy, literature, ethics, economics, and more. But fragmented information from telegraphy and photography shattered this rational society. Here we introduce the author's key concept: information-action ratio. Pre-telegraph information derived value from prompting actual human actions. Newspapers mainly provided local, actionable information for personal or community decisions. The telegraph disrupted this information-action balance. Late 19th century Americans invented telegraphy, overcoming spatial barriers. Thoreau wrote in Walden about transatlantic cable shortening continental distances. Yet, the first news transmitted might be Princess Adelaide's whooping cough. This shows telegraph enabled faster but less relevant information flow. Local news gradually got replaced by distant breaking reports. People received endless information with diminishing personal relevance and actionability. How much morning news actually affects your daily plans? Maybe weather and stock updates matter. Celebrity scandals and distant earthquakes don't. Most news just becomes conversation filler. The information, action, and balance. People gradually lost sense of civic participation. What exactly can you do about celebrity scandals or Federal Reserve appointments? Thus, Telegraph began making public discourse trivial and ineffective. Worse, Telegraph's fragmented format suited ephemeral information. Each Telegraph message got rapidly replaced by newer snippets. Unlike structured books that train analytical thinking through logical flow, Telegraph's nature fragmented human attention. Telegraphic messages resisted deep analysis or understanding. What context or deeper meaning exists behind this information? Interestingly, photography's rise paralleled telegraphy, both delivering fragmented, visually appealing, yet irrelevant information. Photography captures moments, not abstract concepts, showing trees but not nature's essence. Photographic images present disconnected snapshots without context. Like telegraphy, photography provides fragmented data with minimal real-world impact. Visually pleasing images naturally attract more attention than text. When information neither stimulates thought nor drives action, only entertainment value remains. This entertainment focus intensified with television's arrival. That concludes part one of the book. The author defines amusing ourselves to death as media-created pleasure destroying culture. Humanity evolved from the rational print era. Telegraphy and photography flooded us with useless fragments. When information fails to inspire thought or action, entertainment becomes its sole purpose. Television awaited as the next evolutionary step. TV combined telegraphy's speed with photography's visuals. The television era fully realized Postman's amusement prophecy. Now, to our second question, how does entertainment transform us? Why does television accelerate cultural decay? First, TV intensifies information fragmentation from previous media. Consider typical news anchor transitions between unrelated segments. Coming up next, often bridges completely disconnected topics. A news anchor transitions from reporting a shooting incident, all right then, immediately shifting to wildlife conservation. Next comes celebrity divorce gossip. No time for reflection. Emotions get constantly overridden. TV's fragmentation destroys sustained attention and critical thinking. Our information landscape becomes trivial and incoherent. Television's fundamental purpose is pleasure creation. Humans first encountered TV like children discovering candy. China's 1990 TV drama Yearning created unprecedented viewership. Streets emptied nightly as families gathered for broadcasts. Hubei department stores sold 1,500 TVs during its run. When power outages interrupted broadcasts, angry mobs demanded restoration. TV's pleasure became inseparable from daily life. Unlike book reading for learning, TV watching prioritizes entertainment. A serious news program with in-depth analysis serves as example. Rejected by audiences, it survives on obscure channels with minimal pay. Pleasure generation is television's biological imperative. Seriousness fundamentally contradicts TV's nature. Intellectuals lament cultural decline, but overlook media's deterministic role in shaping preferences. People seek amusement, not intellectual challenge from screens. This explains television's cultural toxicity. TV fragments information while destroying logical processing capacity. Television's fundamental mission is public amusement. When TV dominates a society, all serious activities become entertainment-focused. The author examines three entertainment-corrupted domains: religion, politics, and education. 1980s American televangelists became charismatic showmen, interviewing Christian pop stars, creating rock hymns, producing believer reality shows. In these shows, hosts and guests became stars while God became supporting cast. Television's influence proves overwhelming. Religion didn't conquer TV. TV absorbed religion as entertainment content. Traditional religious rituals demand solemnity. Hats removed, silence maintained in sacred spaces. But TV viewers snack, chat, exercise during religious programming. If bored, they instantly switch to cartoons or NBA games. forcing religious content to entertain. Political debates best demonstrate TV's transformative power. Voters once valued candidates' ideas and platforms. Now they judge appearances, hairstyles, and soundbite skills. Consider the 1858 Lincoln-Douglas debates during print media dominance. Douglas spoke 3 hours first. Lincoln began at 5 p.m. requesting equal time. He suggested dinner breaks before continuing 4-hour rebuttals, which audiences cheerfully accepted, unimaginable in today's TV era. No modern audience would endure 7-hour debates without visual stimulation. Though photography existed in 1858, America remained text-oriented. Audiences then were accustomed to formal prose and complex sentence structures. The author cites Lincoln's 100-word sentences from debates as examples. Modern audiences prefer baby talk, short phrases with expletives requiring no thought. Contemporary TV debates have reached peak simplification. 5-minute responses per candidate. Imagine answering for China policy, followed by 1-minute rebuttals. Complex rhetoric and logical arguments become obsolete in this format. They seek impressions, not substantive discussions. Victory depends on appearance, eye contact, and witty remarks. Reagan's age-related joke during debates became legendary. Newspapers proclaimed Reagan's joke defeated his opponent. Politics transforms from governance to performance art. 1980s educational TV resembles modern iPad content. Puppets and pop stars teaching basics. Children engage with screens, parents welcome digital babysitters. But does this truly educate? Kids love devices, not learning content. Postman outlines 3 edutainment commandments. 1. No prerequisites, 0 prior knowledge required. Each 1 plus 1 equals 2, but never 11 plus 21 equals 32. 2. Avoid confusion. No memorization or challenging content. 3. Prioritize visuals over explanations. Education without substance becomes pure entertainment. Thus, television completes our cultural demise. Television's dual nature, pleasure provider and thought destroyer. Its fragmented information rejects logical processing. When pleasure dominates, serious societal functions become distorted. What future awaits when religion, politics, and education become entertainment? This leads to our third examination. The author parallels Huxley's Brave New World prophecy, dying amidst endless amusement. 2 prophetic works frame the discussion. Orwell's 1984 versus Huxley's Brave New World. 1984 depicts thought-controlled prisoners under surveillance. Brave New World shows voluntary slavery to technological pleasure. As Postman wrote, Orwell's 2084 hadn't materialized in America, but Huxley's vision was becoming reality. Cultural destruction comes not from hated oppressors, but beloved entertainers. We willingly watch screens not under surveillance. Societies obsessed with soap operas and celebrity gossip risk cultural collapse. Civilization falls not through hatred, but through cherished distractions. What can be done? Rejecting modern media proves impossible, like children refusing candy. The solution: education about media's limitations and dangers. Thus concludes the third analysis. Humanity's cultural demise through self-indulgent amusement. The only resistance against amusement-driven demise lies in education about media limitations. That concludes our analysis of amusing ourselves to death. Let's recap key points. 1. The print era cultivated rational thinking capabilities. Telegraphy and photography flooded us with fragmented, useless information. This information neither stimulates thought nor drives action, leaving only entertainment value remaining. 2. Television's entertainment imperative reshaped religion, politics, and education. 3. Continued cultural prioritization of amusement risks civilization's collapse. Education remains our sole defense mechanism. Having finished the book, let's discuss how mobile internet society perceives amusing ourselves to death. Personally, we needn't romanticize the print era. Literacy barriers previously excluded many from information access. Modern democratized information offers diverse accessibility formats. This represents progress, not regression. While Postman predicts cultural doom, reality appears less bleak. The information action ratio imbalance he described, television's passive consumption versus mobile internet's actionable content. Modern users actively seek and apply relevant information, thus rebalancing the information action equation. Are you listening for amusement now? Certainly not. Yet, mobile media still delivers fragmented entertainment content. So, Neil Postman's warnings about amusing ourselves to death remain critically relevant today. Well, amusing ourselves to death. This concludes our book exploration. The reading notes available below. Until next great book.